ILEG technology screens. This is probably going to ruffle some feathers, but we don't care. Uh, Trust. Trust in business. For one thing, how long you've been in business, how many videos you have on your products. Can you back up your products? That's actually a huge one right there. Any of your stuff actually tested. Show proof that it actually does work. There's a whole lot of stuff that you have to ask when you're basically buying or purchasing anything. Everybody should know this one from the door. Even when you're buying a car, there's a ton of questions you have to ask. When you're buying a house, there's a ton of questions you have to ask. Anything you buy, there's questions. Even down to gaming systems, you gotta ask all these questions. They're important because again, at the end of the day, it's your money. It's your money at the end of the day. It's your time that you will not get back. Once you waste time on something, you don't get the money back. You just don't get that time back. So you have to make sure what you're buying, you're getting exactly what you paid for. So I see a lot in specification sheets that some people are not telling the truth about their products. Got a lot of people lying about what their products can do. Number one, the ambient light projection gray screens claim to be ambient light projection. They are not ambient light projection screens because if they were, you would barely see these things sitting in dark environments. When I watch these demonstrations, I always catch these screens sitting in really dark environments because they have an issue due to the fact that the screen's gray. Ambient light projection doesn't work on gray screens. It's all the time people say it does, it doesn't. The ambient light projection technology would rarely be in the dark because it has the ability to be able to reflect light. That's what that technology does. When you have a screen that's sitting in the dark most of the time, that screen does not have the ambient light projection technology attached to it because it shouldn't be in the dark. It really shouldn't be. Now, some people would try to cop it up by saying that, hey, movies are meant to be seen in the dark. You should have the option to watch a movie and the lights on or lights off. You should be able to do it with no problem. If you have true ambient light projection technology, that shouldn't be an issue. It shouldn't be a discussion of whether or not I have to be in the dark or not. It should be a discussion of if I'm in a fully lit environment, it should operate. Your product's matching house paint. Oh man, that's a nasty one right there. Again, you have to have these tests showing your product doesn't match house paint. Anyone can take you to court and say, hey, look, this stuff matches house paint. This guy's running a scam. I could have done the same thing at Home Depot and Lowe's. Same thing. See in these demonstrations, like a familiar YouTuber by the name of Jamie Fernando Gonzalez, we mentioned him because he's done this already. He's literally matched house paint twice on live demonstrations, matter of fact 3 times on live demonstrations, and the outcome was horrible. So basically, if it shows like a little bit of a difference, I mean a slight hiccup, something you really wouldn't even recognize if you were sitting at 11 to 12 feet back, that's not a change. Not at all. It's not even a significant change or a major change. No distributor company at the end of the day would even offer you a contract if you show a slight, little small difference in change. That's not going to do it. You won't get the contract because it shows they're going to lose a lot of money because somebody could come in and alter and change the paint that you almost matched and pretty much take them out. So no, they're not going to do that at all, period. You would never receive a contract because it's too close, way too close to a product that can be brought off a shelf. And again, with most people at the end of the day, if it's a slight little difference, they're really not going to care about that. You need something that's going to be a major, major difference. Another issue you have at the end of the day, I can't express this one enough, is testing. There's a lot of test demonstrations. Missing, especially when it comes to gray screens. All right, that's a good definition. I can put that to the deck. It's you have to know the difference between. In mind, this is not for the companies or people haters at the end of the day because we know you just hate for hating. This is for customer awareness. Needs to know there's no point explaining this to somebody who's been doing or practicing this kind of work for a long time and not been backing their products up. There's no point in explaining this to a person who's a genuine hater and just mad because I guess the product he purchased or the person he claimed he supported, just basically the product is a complete failure. And he's just bitter about the whole thing. This is for customers, anybody. If you're buying a screen for the first time, you have to be careful and make sure that the products that you're purchasing can be backed up. The testing is very important. That's why I like doing batch number verifications, because it shows that the product was tested before it shipped out to the customer. Our products are tested before they're actually sold to the customers. Like we have that technology over there. We can't even sell that stuff. No matter this right, matter of fact, it's sitting right here. We can't sell this. It's virtually impossible. We don't even know what it does yet. We're still testing it. So we can't even sell this thing. So for the many products that we have developed and we're blessed to be the engineer, you know, you watch their demonstrations over and over again. And in our demonstrations, we don't basically sell anything unless we know it's 100% tested. Why? Someone can take you to court. I got to take a few people to court coming this holiday, and it's going to show you how easy it is to sue somebody and get $12,000 out of their banking account. It's very easy to do. And you can't back this up in court. If a company challenges you, you're in a lot of trouble if they get you in that courtroom. I'm sure how many people we can sue within about a month. It's quite a few people. And we can get them in small claims court about $12,000 a pop. Yeah, we'll make pretty good money. So we'll make about a good maybe $100,000 this month off suing people because they can't back up what they have in their specifications. This is how easy it is to get sued. So I'm use it as an example how fast you can get sued in small claims court. We don't need any attorneys have to be involved, no attorney fees, that's all. Just basically take them in, challenge them, and take it out of their banking account. They can't back it up. They cannot back it up. So one of the claims we have is basically that the majority of these products match everyday house paint. Literally something you can slide off a shelf, which is a very serious issue. Yeah, they're going to have to back up. There's a massive change in this. In fact, we do the black testing against black paints. There's a massive difference between one and the other. You have to be to show that you can't. You got a lawsuit coming. You need to be sued. Fake specifications, as in claiming you have a gain that's not possible, as in range gain. That guy's getting sued for that. His is much higher. It's not small claims court. It's something else. It's federal because we're getting them for basically what's it called? Consumer fraud. We're suing them for we challenged this company in court for consumer fraud. That he had a website designed to rip off customers because he cannot back up the claim that this gain actually does exist. So he's being challenged in court for that. There's no point bringing the other guy in. Fernando, he's done. He's finished. He's got so much stuff on him. It's not even funny what's coming his way. So again, there's no point. He's not even going to be in the country the way things are going. Maybe he's going to get deported very soon. So there's just no point bringing that one up. The stuff he's done, yeah, basically he's the poster child for why you have to have beta testing. It's the reason why beta test batch number verification. We're using his videos to push to be able to get verification put through. So by him matching those house paints, this gives us a very solid foundation to push the argument on why this is needed. Thank you, Fernando. That's what you did for our company. That's what you did for the legacy of screen paint. You did at least did something good out of it all. You basically failed a test that you were supposed to do in the past, and you ripped off a ton of your customers in the process, and you continue to do this whole scam while your customers found out your product's matching house paint. This is more than enough evidence we need on back in our claim on why we need batch number verifications to become a thing, which means that in order for PayPal or eBay or Amazon or any one of those places to be able to sell your merchandise, you're going to have a batch number verification. So for those who've been cheating, it's not going to be a good day for you. Those who can back your products up, fantastic for you. Anyway, that is the reason why, because we had that on the blacklist. We have a guy walking out of a home, which is him walking out of a Home Depot with a $7 sample of the Bear silver screen match. We had the Network Grade 773. We did it on our end. We challenged him to do it. Finally did it. Matched. And on top of that, the way he turns out the lights, he uses a special modification software for the projector to enhance its 4K capabilities. We know about that stuff too. Also, by the way, we can see that just constant line. He's The professional ambient light projection, gray screens. You are not ambient light projection technology. You're not. I've got your stuff here. You're not ambient light projection. We've had your stuff. We got your stuff. You know why? Because in ambient light projection, I have no idea where along the line people got that technology mixed up with a candle sitting in the corner, going, "Oh, we got a little light back here. This is ambient light projection." No, that's not ambient light projection at all. Period. Ambient light projection is supposed to operate in a fully lit environment with no problem. We have something called advanced ambient light projection. We can project off a ceiling with the lights on. And here you guys are sitting up here with windows, curtains pushed all the way out to block most of the light hitting the screen. Some kind of object in front of the windows to obstruct any light coming through. Dark environments, windows way in the back. All the windows blocked in the front. Blinds pushed up. Oh, come on. You kidding me? You got kidding me on this mess. It's supposed to be an ambient light projection screen. I watched an Elite screen. It was claiming to be ambient light projection, and every time the guy talked about the screen's contrast levels, he turned out the lights. Every time he showed the screen, he turned out the lights. So how is that ambient light projection? How does it even work, Elite? I'm just curious. How is that an ambient light projection screen if you have to be in a controlled environment? It's not ambient light projection. Ambient light projection means you can operate the screen in a fully lit environment without the contrast fading and without the color fading. That's ambient light projection. We're going to argue in court that ambient light projection does not work on gray screens. That's an hallucination. So why do you turn? Okay, so if you have a screen that's ambient light projection, why do you turn out the lights for this screen? You turn out the lights because the contrast and colors improve. But that's the reason what ambient light projection is designed to do. It's designed to basically absorb or reflect light, so that way you can basically maintain your color and contrast. So if you're claiming to sell a screen saying you have ambient light projection and the customer has to turn out the lights in order to get the picture to improve, that means you don't have it. That means you're open for a lawsuit. At the end of the day, it's sad because the customer is stuck in the scenario of basically seeing the same traditional bull crap we've been seeing for years. The excuses. You get a projection screens were made to be used in the dark. So how does that help with ultra short throws? Because ultra short throws are made to replace TVs, and TVs aren't required to be in the dark all day. So there's a problem there. So consumer is basically sold on the fact that this is the way it has to be. That they're stuck in dark environments, that they have to calibrate, that's a requirement, that they're not going to get 100% contrast. That's another problem they're going to have right there. That's why they're told to spend more money on projectors with inky or contrast so they can achieve higher contrast levels. And those who make these products at the end of the day rely on these crutches at the end of the day. That's pretty sad. This decade in time, you mean to tell me you're still using this stuff? This stuff has been going around since white screen to much before. We know about white screen. White screens were jealousy in the 1920s, white screens. So roughly, they couldn't do much around that era. I'd say roughly around when I came into the field, they were still using that excuse. That's like 15 years ago they were using that excuse. How you have technology that's 15 years old? How are you older than 15? Grayson's older than 15 years. A technology that old that's being introduced with today's technology with the screens we have now. I don't think there's anything different between an ambient light projection screen and an actual screen that's actually created without ambient light projection. They both do the same thing. I know I did all the testing. There's certain testing I did offline that nobody knows about on these screens that we found a lot of interesting stuff about the technology people are actually producing. It doesn't do exactly as it does. And this is why we're going to be challenging companies and people from eBay. No matter who you are, where you're at, we're going to challenge you in court. And we're going to basically fight that your product doesn't do exactly what it's supposed to do. Now, like I said, the only people that are bothered by this were the haters. I don't get the haters. Haters are interesting at the end of the day. The haters bought the screen paints, hoping to see my company go out of business. How did that work out for you by any chance? You got one guy who pulled his website down, pulled down his eBay list, and was banned from eBay. You know that? He tried to put up another account, and they caught him. The account was removed. So there's that guy right there. And the other fellow basically can't even back his products up. He's facing court. They can't back that stuff up. That range screen doesn't even exist. It's Where's the church mounting? Poof, disappeared. No activity on its favorite YouTube account, nothing. And this is supposed to be a future product. And that's interesting when I sat there and I watched Daniel McAfee do a demonstration on the Series C. And he claimed that it was the best screen paint, better than anything that Kenneth Bird could ever make. And then, by making that statement right there, that's why I said then it's interesting how the Lord always backs our products up, no matter what. We're always protected. But he sat there and said, and mind you, McAfee, you put that on blast. Remember, our technology comes from God. So you put that on blast on YouTube by saying anything I make. It's not anything I make. It's what God blesses us to have. That's the mistake you made when you got on the camera. You started ranting about how bad our products were. You do know our technology comes from God, right? So you kind of basically smeared God at the same time you just try to smear us. That's what you did. And what did the Lord do? The Lord outed your product, or whatever that product was, the product you were actually supposed to be advertising for Rogers. What happened in that demonstration when you smeared that technology and made false claims against God's product? What happened? You were outed, weren't you? The gray screen that you were making claim the entire time in the video was actually gray, not black. Sorry, the black screen you were making claim was actually gray. Starfield popped up on you out of nowhere. When the Starfield popped up, it showed that the product that they claimed to be our product, by the way, McAfee, you're all being sued for that, by the way. You did make a claim on camera that you had a product that belonged to us, which technically wasn't ours, and you made a claim that this is how our product reacted. So, we definitely will be seeing you in court shortly. But anyway, so you made a false claim, went on camera, and even the fake product you had of ours did far better in the Starfield than the so-called black paint that the Series C was supposed to be. The Series C came out gray. As a matter of fact, in the paint down demonstration that magically disappeared, but we have copies of it. That's what the copy of it, maybe they make videos disappear. Painted the screen down on a larger screen. The larger screen, it came up gray. And then magically, in the editing time of drawing, it turned black. But for some reason, out of the same container, when he was painting it down to the smaller screen, it remained gray. That came up in forum sites a lot. They knew he painted over the screen black. Jamie did the same thing too in his video. He painted over it and turned it black. That's what he did. Because the screen comes out gray. And McAfee did the demonstration, and it came out gray. But he couldn't paint over top of it. It just happened right there in front of him. It happened with two of the products. The customer over in England who claimed he has a product, which he said he does, right? I asked him about the range gain. Nothing back in response. He blocked us. And he was doing a screen in the dark. Now, a screen that has a 0.8 and 0.85 gain is an extremely high gain. Why is it sitting in a dark environment? Problem there. Big problem there. So we have a 0.80 and a 0.85. Mind you, 0.80 and 0.85, the elite screen is, the parallax is 0.9. 0.9 to 8.5. He's claiming his technology, but it's an extremely high gain. So it gained that high on the screen. Why was the customer doing the demonstration in a dark environment? Why? Because when this projector cuts on to anything that's a lighter reflection, it basically shows on the screen. So if your projector shows off anything, or you have any white in the demonstration, it basically hits the screen, and the screen will show its true colors in that timeline. It's actually going back and forth. So what I noticed in that video, we got the document also too, that the screen was coming up gray. So, and the guy in the UK, what he doesn't understand about projectors, he has been in the business long enough to know this, that if your projector flashes any form of white at all, it reflects back to the screen, and the screen will show its color. And that's how we saw the screen coming up gray. So, his screen paint's gray. So he can't sell that stuff either way. He can't make any money off of it. Number one, he can't make money off of it because the color of the screen is not what it claims to be. We all know that. We've seen that happen multiple times. We've seen it happen with the Series A, it's the Series C stuff. Some paint he made at the end of the day, it kept coming up gray, light gray. So that was a complete lie. The range gain doesn't exist. this, because again, you can't sell something. How would you sell something and the customer asks, what game did I paint in? There's two games on the screen, not one, it's two. So how do you know which one you painted in? He doesn't know, nobody knows. So lawsuit, you can ready to get sued. So you can't sell that stuff. It's just on the site. He just made it at the end of the day to try to show me up, but that didn't work too well at all, period. All right, then there's that guy. And then getting back to Fernando. You're a criminal. You do know that, right? Yeah, he's a criminal. So, Fernando's a criminal on so many different levels. It's not even funny. Fernando's being charged with trademark violation. Yeah, I told you we filed against you. It takes a while for that paperwork to go through, but I got a notification that you're being charged with this. So get ready for court, buddy. So, Fernando is supposed to be a trusted, worthy person in the screen paint business. Ripped off a ton of his customers, has a description that says, hey, lands on your property, you're stuck with it, you open it, you're stuck with it, you make sure you stay with it. Ripped off a lot of his customers. Products matching house paint, and then if you're a thief, you're going to show your thief. It's going to come out soon that you're going to see what you are. You're a thief. You got caught with a multiple printing press running out of an apartment. Number one, not licensed in the state of California to do so. Number two, apartment's not zoned for it. And number three, should be number one, we have multiple pictures and videos of him going in and ripping off major companies for their merchandise and selling it. Now, that's the person you trusted with your address. That's the person that has your address in his PayPal account. All those people went out and bought his product, your address is sitting right in the PayPal account for them to have access to. That's your identity. You know that, right? People can steal your identity with your address. Yes, they can. And he has your address. And this is the person who got caught on YouTube counterfeiting, trademark, piracy, you name it, he's already done it. So, this is why I told you in the door, be careful who you trust. Now, these other people on eBay, oh yeah, we trust them. I buy from them all the time until they're all over. They don't do stuff like that. I've never seen anyone on eBay. I've never seen anyone these high professional companies dox anyone's addresses to their page. Never seen them do that. Never seen them stalk people. Never seen them do that. Never seen them give out terrorism threats. None of that stuff whatsoever. Any copyrights, infringement, trademark, piracy, none of those companies do that. Jamie's the only one that does that type of work. So you literally trusted your credit card information and your address to a person who's a potential scammer thief. Now, if Jamie says I'm not a scammer and a thief, well, that's kind of hard right there at the end of the day to actually say you're not. Because again, I have never heard of anyone being able to print out Spider-Man or anything from Marvel or anything from any movie studio and make money off it without paying the people who actually made the item. I've never heard of that ever. Never heard of that ever. I don't even know how that would even be possible. That's the reason why people pay for those copyrights and trademarks and all that stuff. Is to keep people from stealing their work. And here this guy right on YouTube went out and stole people's work and advertised it and sold it to other individuals and made money and didn't pay him a dime. So that's why I gave him a little challenge about contacting these companies and asking them if he could do that. Did he contact them? No, he didn't contact. Did he go to Baldwin Police Department? No, he did not. Did he talk to his own? No, he did not talk to any of those people at all, period. He contacted the IRS about basically not having an EIN number or a license to sell in the state. No, he didn't contact any of those people. You know why? Because you broke the law, that's why. That's the person you trusted with your address when you were sending over all your information. We told you from the door that Fernando was a thief and a liar. We told you this from the door. He was a person that was not to be trusted. We told you this. That's your problem at the end of the day. Now, he may think we're doing this at the end of the day no, Jamie, please, you can understand a little better. You think this is being done out of some kind of hatred? No, it's not hatred. This is what you are. It'd be hatred if you were not this type of person. Say you were not the type of person, you know, you're a very nice person, you can do this kind of stuff to begin with, you know what I mean? And you never did any copywriting, you designed your own stuff, you never touched our copywriting, you didn't dox any addresses, your products were legit, you could back them up, you had batch number, you had testing, all that stuff. All your stuff was legit. legit, everything you had. And we just came at you and made all these outlets. Then you can sue me. You can get an attorney and you can file a defamation lawsuit and sue me. But you can't. You know why? Because everything I said was true. It's just easy as that. There's no point getting upset on your YouTube channel, getting angry, getting mad. If I lied, if I said anything that was not true in any way whatsoever, you can get yourself a lawyer and you can sue me for defamation. I'll give you a week. I'll give you, at the end of the week, have an attorney reach out to us and say that I can't say what I just said on camera. I'll give you a week. So instead of you going to your YouTube channel crying and whining, you usually do, this is what you do. Get yourself an attorney and have an attorney reach out to us and say, hey, you're being sued for defamation. Not one of your fake attorneys, real attorneys. We've got contacted us with fake attorneys before, and we laughed at it because, again, you know, Jamie, they're not real attorneys. But have them reach out to us, and you tell me, at the end of the day, that everything I just said here in this video, I can't say. Please do, because you can, because everything I just said was true. And if everything I said was true, why are you upset on your YouTube channel? There you go. You guys are not to be trusted in any way whatsoever. In no way whatsoever. Look at, what's his name? Williams. Williams claimed to be a trusted person. He claimed that you can trust me. I can be trusted. Williams is going to jail. Williams has doxed multiple addresses, identities, addresses, identities, stole multiple addresses, used them to commit crimes. Williams has also, too, claimed to be a minister of the church. Not a minister of the church, and went to school for a doctorate, no freaking diploma, no degree, there's nothing there, no period. There's no clergy IDs, nothing at all, period. So he went online and decided to claim that he was a minister and he was from the church. Yeah, from the activity we just saw, there's no way in the world you're from the church in any way whatsoever. Also, this is a person you would have trusted with your information who sent that half-naked pictures to my sister's address, and that's a child over there who saw some of those images. So, yeah, that's the kind of person you want around your family members. At the end of the day, you want to have your address for the day. You can see Mr. Williams is not mentally stable. Mr. Williams has a lot of mental problems that you can see from his activities. So, Williams basically is not the person to be trusted in business in any way whatsoever. Williams is not even stable at this point. Williams may have some very serious mental issues. But again, you people are, you hate people at the end of the day are so, I don't know what you'd be mad at me about, but you're mad at me because my products are better than everybody else. Those are haters. So, if I sat right here and I said to the Lord that all my technologies, this, that, and the other, right, may destroy our technology. May we be cast out in the street, be out in the open, for everybody to see, right? So if I walked all over Allentown with a 350 little projector, 50 little projector, and produce images in sunlight where you guys can't even go at. Isn't that interesting? So that means at the end of the day that if the Lord did not find me guilty, that means jealousy. That's what it comes down to. If my Lord did not find me guilty, my Lord exposed all you guys. He exposed you guys right to the door. He exposed Jamie as being a thief. He exposed Rogers as being a liar. And he basically showed at the end of the day that Williams was a wolf in sheep's clothing. And McAfee as a supporter of liars. He exposed you guys. So I asked you the same thing in return. And what happened to us? We can do something you guys can't even think of. I mean, nowhere near us. Even the big companies can't do this thing. Looking at that technology right now, you go outside with that. There's an image you can't even do that. So that tells you right there where we stand. So that means if I went to the Lord and I asked him that I am all these things, and God knows all things, that means if the Lord spoke and made it so that our technology advanced, showing that this is my servant, I back him 100%, then that means that if God has the last say at the end of the day, that means you guys are mad because you're jealous. That's what it comes down to. It comes down to jealousy. You're jealous because our product's still here. You made claims on Crowcast as you guys got together and started talking all this nasty stuff about me, and you made claims that my business was going to go under, that you were going to be exposing me, and I was supposed to be this product people shouldn't trust at the end of the day, and all my products are scams, and this, that, and the other. Do you know that when you were making those claims in Crowcast, you were making those claims against the Lord also too? Because the Lord is going to bless us with all that technology. Well, that's what you were doing. So, the Lord shows you at the end of the day whose products He supports and who doesn't. He supports ours. The anger that you have toward me is jealousy. That's what it is. It's nothing but jealousy. That's what it comes down to. Jealousy. That's what it is. You're jealous. You're very jealous. Now, if the Lord didn't destroy us, and I'm pretty sure you prayed for the Lord to destroy us, I'm pretty sure you did. We're still here. Technology's advanced. No matter, we get new stuff coming in. It's jealousy. You're mad. That's what it comes down to. Now, for you guys at the end of the day who talk all the trash, look, any one of you feel so strongly about Mr. Bird's product, have a right to take me to court. Any one of you. Mind you, you mess up on this thing. We back this thing up in court, or a counter lawsuit is going to be massive, which means you want me to clear this thing. Even if you were to die 6 times over, you still want me to break even on the lawsuit. That's how bad it's going to be. So, how many of you willing to take Mr. Bird to court? There we go. There you go. See, we back our products up 100%. That's the difference between me and y'all. I can back my products up. I can literally make that statement. If you were to make that statement on your YouTube channel by saying that anyone, oh man, we would have a lawyer at your front door, like you thought that process server hit your door, you would be nothing compared to me having an attorney hit you that hard. And if you sit there and make a statement to challenge you guys in court, how much money you want to put up? Oh, I'll take that. I'll definitely take that one. Definitely. Please make the offer. You can't because your products don't work. Give me that type of publicity. It's bad enough they see this nightmare coming their way. They don't want to give it any more publicity than it already has already. And you guys can't make that statement at all, period, because again, we'll come after you. We always come after you. Expose you just for everything possible. So you don't have anything. Literally, how I see YouTube right now is there is nothing on YouTube to take our technology. Nothing. Can't find anything. It's just truth. It is. And you're mad because y'all tried everything, came out the sky with Carl Rogers. Rogers was supposed to be some philosopher, whatever that nonsense was. And he was supposed to be calling himself having our product, and he was supposed to be testing our stuff. Yeah, right. What happens when we came to Rogers to buy from him? Rogers gave us back all the money. Rogers gave us back $700. And some of those orders were $20 samples. You can't process a $20 sample. That's a lot on your business. You paid PayPal back money, paid us our money back. Then canceled 13.8 million people out of Pennsylvania because he was scared of us. And not only that, Texas has something like 38 million people or something like that. 38.8 something million people in Texas. He canceled Texas, including an additional our state and 9 other states behind that, because I got family over in Texas that we're going to buy the product and bring it over here. But he can't have that risk of us bringing the product over here because it'll be exposed. The thing about it is you've already exposed yourself by canceling the state. So that doesn't sound like a person that can be trusted, that claim that the people that are supposed to be not to be trusted, I mean, I should be an easy person to take out, right? I mean, if product is such a failure rate, and my stuff doesn't work, right? I mean, my customers wouldn't work, and any place we go wouldn't work, and it wouldn't be working in here. So that means that my stuff works. Your stuff doesn't. And mind you, we sent you back your own paint too. On top of that, we sent you back your own product, and you turned around and you sent it back to me. The dark silver. Yeah, you sent it back to me. That's pitiful. Your own product, you didn't send it back. Which means all your customers that basically bought your product could have just went to the tutorial video and made it themselves for free. They could have went there. Instead of sitting there paying you 80, 90, or 60 bucks. Could have just got network rate 773 and just did the same thing. It's the same stuff. Actually, network was actually better. It was a higher white level. Anyway, now when it comes down to us, can we be trusted? Yeah. We can back our product up anytime in court. Anytime anyone, if you ever want to challenge me in court, you let me know. We'll see you in court. No problem. My stake is going to be $2 million now. Any one of you want to make a claim that any of my technology doesn't work? Number one, I will embarrass you in that courtroom to a point that pretty much your wife will divorce you in that process. I guarantee you that. I can convince your lawyer to drop your case and take my case. My technology is that good. That's pretty embarrassing also. And number three, I will clean your clock in the courtroom. We will lose everything, which means by the time you make it back to your state, you will have nothing left. I will lock your banking accounts. I will freeze everything you have, your vehicles, cars, your house. I will take everything from you. Even the earth underneath of it is possible. So this is what's going to happen to you if you ever challenge me in court. And if you decide you want to take me to court, I have no problem with either. I'll still kick your butt in court. No problem. What projector will you use? I mean, you did outside. I will embarrass you outside with that technology right there. Which means my counter lawsuit will be far worse than the lawsuit against you. Waste my time. Time is money. It's going to cost me a lot of money. And I will execute judgment. I'll have debt collectors on your front door every single day. And if I have to go to 6 different debt collectors, I will have them bombard your property every single day. Go to your job, everywhere, to get your stuff that belongs to me now. That's what you face when you go against us. So, anybody willing to challenge me? And meanwhile, anything you have, we can take out in 20 minutes. I know this stuff is engineered in 20 minutes. I don't think there is anyone to take us. And if it's new technology, it absorbs sunlight. How do you compete with that? You can't. You can barely make it in the environments you're at right now. You're in ambient controlled environments. That's bad. Our screen paints can operate at 21,000 and 300 lumens. You can't operate it now. So, that goes to show you that when we start taking you guys to court, some of your companies and stuff, because you've made statements that about your product that we know is not true, you do not be black. That's going to be a major lawsuit for a lot of companies. You should change that specification sheet. I don't know which how you would do it, but you've been selling a product with the pretense of telling people you read black, but technically you don't. I don't even know how that's going to work. You're going to have people refund money out of it work, but it's not going to work. Do you have backup verification? You don't have those, do you? Do you have any testing on your product? You don't have those either. We check. You don't have those either. No, period. Does your product read 100% black? No, it doesn't. 100% black at all. It's an ambient rejection. It's not ambient rejection. The only screens I've seen that are ambient rejection, gunmetal has it. Gunmetal has ambient rejection. No, it's an extremely dark screen. That's why they can do it. They can actually pick up the colors and all that out. Test their stuff. It actually works. Can they read a black level? No, they can't read a black level. But they do have ambient rejection. Gray screens do not have ambient rejection. Please stop saying that. 2.0, please, it's a joke. So if I buy any paint that says 2.0 and I stick you in here and your stuff washes out, what does that tell me about your product? As in Fernando, mind you, the Metallica mix was supposed to have a 2.0 gain sitting on it. That's the one we sent back to you that we made in the mixture. We sent back, gave to you, and we sent it back to me. I tested that stuff from sun up to sundown. We even took it outside. We took the personal mix outside. None of that stuff works. It has the same reaction as house paint. House paint does the exact same thing. I sat there and took the network grade 773, I painted it down on the surface first. We did it first. Alright? I sat there and said on camera, it's not good, it's going to match your stuff. You do the demonstration 6 months to a year later because your customers pressured you to do it. Because they were doing it now. And they were coming back with bad results. So you decided to prove them wrong, prove us wrong. What happened? You matched. To the point that we actually had you on video getting rid of the video. You got rid of both of them. You refused to put them on your website as we request. So that means that you sold a $60 to $95 screen paint for something that someone could sit off the shelf. And we sent that same paint back to you, and the claims we put on that claim, which we said that all your products match. And the same mixture matches all your stuff. Nothing different about it. We even got the UV mix to match bullseye gray primer. Dark gray primer actually worked. Same thing. We were able to make the, what do we call it, the UV mix, same mixture that you showed to make for free. We did a reversal. We put it in black, and we basically went in and put in 6 tablespoons of white, and it did the same thing. They even invented the product we purchased from you. Purchased product we made it match. You got it right on the buttons. Now, you may sit there and go, oh, I don't care about that button. You have to be wrong here. There are all this, there's so much types of paperwork that are going on in your file. Your name comes up all the time in all these different government agencies and stuff. Now, it's only an amount of time before something shows up to your front door. So we don't care about that. You're done. You're finished. It's just time right now. For you, it's time. It's an hourglass of time. When and who is going to come to your address to pick you up? So right now, you're in the debate for time. You proving anything doesn't make jack right now. You say anything doesn't mean jack right now. You say anything about it, it doesn't mean jack. It's a timeline now. Who comes to get you? Any minute, you never know. Ice shoot will pop up. So you don't know right now. You're in that report 6 times now. Counterfeiting, you name it's all in there now. You've broken every law you can think of, just about every law you can think of here in this country. So it's only a matter of time before it shows up. So right now, anything you have to say, it's nothing. It's time. But anyway, for the rest of them, getting back to them, yeah. You can make all the statements about me as long as you can back it up in court. That's all that matters. It comes down to you can say this, I don't care, as long as you can back it up in court. You can call me a scammer, or whatever you want to call me. It'll make a difference as long as you can back it up in court. As long as you got $1 million sitting in that bank account somewhere, pay us up. Because then we're going to hit you with first. If you got the money, bring your mouth. I'll take it from you, no problem whatsoever. If you find you do have the money, then we do bigger lawsuits. So, anybody want to challenge Mr. Bird in court about technology? Say that screen doesn't read direct sunlight. Anybody? That my technology comes up too dark, it's unwatchable. Anybody going to make that bet? Anybody want to cross that line? How many of you are going to back up your product at the end of the day and say, my gray screen paint reads 100% black next to that black technology? How many people want to make that statement right now? You can't make it. And that's why you're mad and upset. You're upset and angry because you can't back your product up. You're mad and angry because Mr. Bird's right. That's why you're upset. Now, to lash out and do dumb stuff, unleash your stuff at the end of the day. I want you to walk around your house, look at all the things you have. You like those things, right? You like those. You like your car out front. You like that, right? You like all that stuff, right? You like getting your paycheck at the end of the day and not knowing you have to pay somebody else. You like that, right? You want to keep it that way, right? This is just quiet. Be very careful about what you say on your channel because if one of my people find it, then you've got a problem on your hands. And it's all those things you see in your place right now become mine at the end of the day because you take it, sell it, and I'll get my money out of it. all tests on showing that product not matching another house paint, fabrics, films, whatever. Like I told you, I sat there when I was building this screen over here. I said we give away black surfaces with our black paint. We're showing demonstrations that the black surface we give away, we've done multiple times, doesn't match our screens. How many of you ever seen a gray screen give away a gray surface? They give away white. You know why? Because if you were to do the comparison next to the white, the gray screen will show a better difference because it's gray. It picks up a little better contrast than the black, a better heavy gray level than the actual white surface. That's why you always see white. But you never see whenever it give out gray. No, they won't. You know why? Because my cat blanket in there, the one he likes to make biscuits on, it's a little light gray, matches his paint. And the one sitting over there, which is his big boy blanket over there, that one actually beats his paint. That's why you never see him leaving gray screens. Okay, what's the point? Just take the bed sheet instead. So when we get to court, I want to have that bed sheet read. Because I'm curious if you something matches the bed sheet. I do all my tests ahead of time. I never like to go into the courtroom with my pants around my ankles, so I'll be buying your body and testing it, which I've done most of them already. And yeah, I can guarantee you that's a bit. Just curious, all that gray screen paint out there, all that gray screen paint, how much of y'all stuff is matching on screen? Yeah, companies like Blue Screen. I'm curious, have any of these tests been done? Paint on screens, any of your stuff's been done? Smarter surfaces, we've had your stuff, tested your stuff. Anyway, have you tested your stuff? Okay, then guess what? At the end of the day, that's not something you're going to be able to trust, is it? At the end of the day, like I said, you can be mad at us and say, I don't want to, it doesn't make a difference. Our product sells regardless. It makes no difference what's good. It sells regardless. But then I wouldn't be here right now making this conversation with you. I'd be out of business. So it shows our product does sell. It's your money at the end of the day. It's your dime, it's your time. Depending on how you want to waste it. You waste on a product that can't be backed up and we're sitting there throwing it in the darkness. It's the Stone Age says, waste with the ambulance projection. Projectors we have today. There's no way in the world you guys should be sitting in dark environments with this stuff. Which one? Alright, that's basically about it. I'm done here with my time. I gotta get ready. I gotta make an announcement. We have added dark silver to our website. Dark silver, yes, it's a free color option. It's a beautiful, beautiful product. But anyway, with that being said, I got a customer I gotta get out the door because he has now the new dark silver. New dark silver. Ba-bam, ba-bam. Yeah, alright, so I'm going to get ready to get this one out the door for my customer. Thank you all for stopping by. I do appreciate your time. And I have to get him ready, get him out the door. Did I bring a box here? I was like, he's making pies. No. Unlike you, I pay rent in multiple places. I have a location to do my work at. But you don't know about it. I like how with the naysayers were so stalky. At the end of the day, they were so stalky that Jamie was begging me for my address. I got a nice little place. I told you that they were blessed to have. He was begging us for the address. That's weird, man. That's weird. See, and this is the reason why people don't trust y'all. Y'all do weird stuff, man. And then the company you guys keep, it's just weird. You hang around some really weird individuals. I don't have people like that I don't hang around with. I wouldn't dare have anybody in my group that stalks me. That's just creepy. And this guy has your addresses like that? Jeez. That's creepy. And then you trust your address, your information, your credit card information to a thief. Hey, Jamie, you want to sit there and say the thief? You explain to me how you're printing licensed material and selling it without permission doesn't make you a thief. Please tell me that. charges I filed against you, by the way. I doubt we'll see you in court on this because, again, the other thing is going to pop up, but you are a thief. So how in the world do people sit there and trust you, your opinion, at the end of the day, your honest opinion, as you say, and you're a thief? You stole from companies, American companies too, at that. And from Stanley, everybody else under the sun you stole from. Same person who sat there in your apartment and lied and said you just moved. Come on, man. You lied too much. Where's the paper for this thing? You lied way too much, man. I had no idea how people trust and should have gave you their credit card information. The only good thing about that is that you think that when you figured out your credit card information, you probably could if you would. I'm thankful for that all that stuff is encrypted through PayPal. PayPal encrypts all that stuff. So that's good. Alright, I got some business I gotta take care of. Still hunting for another garage. Sorry, not garage. Actually, for another warehouse. But hunting for another warehouse. Then we'll be good to go. The garage, we can't get our. I'm not gonna waste your time with that. That's just way too much of a headache. On top of that, Allentown doesn't zone it. To find that when we're at the garage and Allentown wouldn't zone it, we had to get something else. And here's this guy who's trying to run a business out of an apartment that's probably not zoned for those type of, yeah, that's funny. Right back at you. Matter of fact, that's what I got to call today too. I got to call code enforcement for his unit. Gentlemen, if you think things are quiet, no one's come knocking on your door, it's because this case is being billed for you for court, that's why. I know you think that everything was forgotten. No, not forgotten at all. A ton of something was filed on you. No, they're getting ready to get a case against you because they're building a case for you. That's what's going on. Soon you'll get a knock at the door, somebody may drive up in Crown Victoria, usually basically detectives unit, characters that are in those units anymore, and they're going to ask you who you are, and they're going to come over and put handcuffs on you, and there you go from there. That's how that works. Alright, that's good. Now, for the individuals who felt the need to try, I think they called it, oh, they didn't call it, well, you didn't call it right, but I did give them information, and you two guys did, right? Because you were using the post office service to carry out threats. That's what you were doing. Now, the mail we got back there is considered to be threats. You can't do that. That's against the law. Using the post office to harass people, can't do that. So, that right there got you in a lot of trouble. You will be seeing me soon. I told you I got my doctor's permission and all that stuff was done. I have to go take it near, I think the prosecutor or whatever it is, at the end of the day, the courts and all. And it basically clearly shows that I cannot travel due to my lung disease, but you will be coming here to see me. I cannot wait to meet you. I'm pretty sure I'm going to get a lot of apologies. That's not going to help you. A lot of sorries. That's not going to happen. You may bring up your mental illness, but if you do that, I'm definitely going to ask them to put you at 302, which means you're mandatory to be locked behind in a psychiatric evaluation unit for a very long time. They can keep you back there for quite a long time. Where is his, what's it called? preacher, not a preacher. Steals donations from people. Another guy got a counterfeiting company running out of his apartment. Yeah, that's somebody you definitely want to give your credit card and information where you live at, right? That's a fantastic job. You can support that invest. Another guy sat there and lied on camera. He can't even back his products up to Jack, whoever. He had already ripped off a bunch of people. McAfee lied and helped all of them to commit crimes, which makes him an accessory. That's what you supported. Now, my customers, on the other hand, well, you see the difference between what they got and what you guys have. You guys who have that product, I'm pretty sure you probably by now painted over those screens and got something better. That says moving on to bigger and better things. You made a statement about open a business for a 3D printing company. I have that video. Made that statement right there in the video. And there you are, we see you in a video with multiple machines with tons of pictures on you. Right there, your face on camera, asking people to come to different locations to buy these counterfeited items that you were stealing. That makes you a thief. That anything I said, that you have a right to do this, that you didn't break any laws in any way whatsoever, and what I'm saying is slander against your business, or whatever you call that to be, then you get a lawyer. That's what you do. Not a fake attorney, a real one. I know what real attorneys look like, Fernando. So give me a real attorney to contact me. I would love to hear this conversation. I don't want to hear no fake nonsense. I want a real attorney to reach out to us. Explain to us. As a matter of fact, contact Baldwin Police Department. The Baldwin Park Police Department. File a complaint against us. Tell them at the end of the day what you were doing. Say, hey, there's a guy on YouTube making false accusations at the 3D printing business I'm running out of my apartment that's not zoned for. Nor do I have a license to sell in the state of California. I am printing out licensed material, and I feel that I should have the right to do this, and he's slandering me. Go file one. I've already filed one on you. Before they see the pictures, you broke the law. So, you feel that I did any of that? Not for something. You can't. Alright, so do two of that sheets in the back, in the front. We have, we're missing, which one we're missing? Fragile. You pay for the machine? You get paid for the machine, basically. Best screen ever. I freaking loving the screen. My buddy came up here. It's like, oh, he said, you gotta be kidding me. He said, see through. He said, I want one of these in my office. We're gonna have these in all the offices in here. Look how jealous they get. Look how jealous they are right now. They get mad. Like I said, you guys, when y'all do that, y'all remind me of Eddie Murphy, Charlie Murphy and Prince. Where the guy says, so Charlie Murphy, talk about Prince playing basketball, and they talk about shirts and blouses, and the guy says, everybody knows where you got that from, sure it's the men's department, and then he had his face like that, that's what you guys remind me of. Y'all get so bitter and upset. Hey, look, it is what it is. You invested in trash, at the end of the day, you got trash. That's what you got. That's what you get when you invest in trash. You get trash. You don't get technology like this. Only my customers get this. My customers get the most advanced technology that you guys can't even beat. Heck, my customers' demonstrations can beat y'all demonstrations. That says a lot right there. And some of y'all are mad at the end of the day because you supported that nonsense. Well, guess what? You keep that nonsense. Be happy with your gray screen. Don't be sad about your gray screen. Be happy with it. And you be happy with your gray screen. These are for the haters that are mad and upset at the end of the day. Be happy. happy with your gray screen? You supported, talked all that trash on camera, right? Remember, a lot of y'all got on camera talking all that trash. Remember you guys, I know every single one of you. You got on camera talking all that trash about how his product was the best of the best. Remember saying that? That's going to be posted to a site pretty soon, once we get them locked up. To show how naive people are who invested in somebody at the end of the day who shoot you off. And you bragged about that. You bragged about a person who took your money and ripped you off. That must make you pretty upset. It make me pretty upset. Someone basically, I believe to them and they just ripped me off. That's messed up. Well, that's it. Yeah, moving on to bigger and better things. That video is hilarious. You know why? He sat there in that video and said, I did that screen paint business for my kids, and you robbed a bunch of people for your kids, and what you did. And now I'm going to move on to something like a more professional business, printing. Yeah, you went from ripping people off to robbing companies. Yeah, that's a huge, massive jump right there. Moving on to bigger and better things. Committed multiple accounts of piracy, trademark, copyrights. At that, some of these are American companies. He's not even from here. He's in that paperwork. He's documented. He came here. He ripped a bunch of American companies, including Stan Lee himself. How in the world did you people watch that video? That would have ticked me off if I saw something like that. But these ain't with these. That's how it works at the end of the day. Y'all supported that. I saw it. We saw the chats. The chats were all documented. All the chats were documented. When we went there and copied the videos, they copied the chats, everything, all the communications, everything was documented. Y'all supported that mess. I read all that stuff. Y'all supported that mess. So you went there and you stole from the great Stan Lee. Everybody that tells us he's sick to the stomach when they hear it. And he went to Comic-Con, all places, and sold his merchandise there. And you guys supported that. There are customers holding up Stan Lee's merchandise with a smile on their face, calling themselves Marvel fans. Now, they could honestly say at the end of the day that they didn't know what was going on. They can say that. But if you did know it was a fake at the end of the day, you bought it anyway, that doesn't make you a Marvel fan, makes you a thief. Stan Lee was alive today, how do you think he would feel about that? I don't think he would be happy. That's what y'all supported. That's the person said at the end of the day, you can trust him, right? He said you can trust him at the end of the day, that's what he said. Trust his word. And as for Fernando, if you're listening, it doesn't make a difference how upset and angry you get at the end of the day. Your time is up. All the rant you do doesn't mean anything. There are multiple agencies who have your YouTube channel, Facebook page, and all that. It doesn't make a difference. You can rant all you want. It doesn't make a difference. All the screaming and yelling won't do a dent or anything. You have so much stuff going on with you right now that, like I said, it's a matter of time before one of those trucks or trucks pull up to your property or that apartment complex to come see you. It'll make some difference. Yours is all about time. Now, I talked to several people about your situation, and they said, man, you could have came here and did something with it. You didn't do nothing with it at all. Even my own Mexican brother said that you make them look bad. You could have did something with that time when you came over here. Something with it. You said, no, that nonsense. Everybody said the same thing, man. If I had that opportunity and I came over here, so the first thing I would have did is I would have got my paperwork, everything set up. You've been here, how long have you been here? You've been here for quite some time, Chuck. You would have been had that before Trump came to office. Could have been had that. Before Trump came to office, you could have been had that. Got comfortable. Some people didn't mess around. My people, I think they didn't mess around. They came over the minute they stepped over here, they started working their jobs, what they got to do, take the money, got their attorney, got locked in. But you didn't even do that. You got over here stand today that take care of their kids and their kids and their kids. Some of those people who came over have passed long ago, and they left a legacy for their kids, for them to carry on family tradition. That's what you were supposed to do. But you didn't do that. You came here and robbed and stole from Americans. That's what you did. Now, if you want to chalk that up, because Jamie's he's a tiny violinist. He's a person who plays a tiny violin, you know, and has it raining outside. Oh, poor me, poor me. He said he's a professional camera. Definitely a professional camera. Don't ever category yourself in with other Mexicans. Don't do that. Because other people who come here are trying to do something. They're trying to come here, get jobs, get a piece of that American dream. I got no problem with that. I support them 100%. People like you, I don't support. People like you that come here to rip, rob, steal from Americans, come over here to make trouble, come over here to do things you should not be doing. I don't support you in any way whatsoever. And if you said that's racism, right? So it's racism that basically that I call the proper authorities to take care of the situation. Because you came here and you stole and ripped off companies. Now, before, mind you, before we got ICE involved in this, mind you, he was doing the screen paint nonsense, copyrights. He was basically going and attacking people's addresses and harassment and all the stuff he was doing. And he claimed to be the innocent guy. Oh, poor me, you're just attacking me, you're being racist. Whoever's in the dark comes out of the light. You called a Christian racist, didn't you? And what happened when that happened? You got out of you. You got exposed for running an illegal business out of your apartment and going in and printing up licensed material items and selling them for your own profit. So that means that the authorities that we call, we're right on calling them. We'll get on camera and cry about that today and say, oh, I have a right to print out Power Rangers. I have a right to take this and take that, whatever I want today, sell it. No, you don't have the right to do that. It's against the law. And for the guy we call Oatmeal, who contacted us and said, oh, he has a right to do crack law books, you know, anything about the law whatsoever. So let me get this straight. Now, your standard, I can go and I can make Nikes, Gucci, Versace, I can make their clothes, right? Put their labels on it and sell them, make a profit off their stuff without giving them a red cent. So that means the money that they spent for the attorneys, the money that they spent for the trademarks and copyrights and patents and all that stuff, everything they have for their stuff, right? That's just a waste of money. Someone going to school for this would just be a waste of time. They spent $300,000 going to law school for something that anybody can just do because there's no consequences. That means you're an idiot in the day. Because to contact me and say, oh, he has a right. No, he doesn't have a right to do that. It's against the law. I don't know what goes on in your neck of the woods at the end of the day, but that's against the law. It shows you how sometimes some of his fan base are not connected. I'm not saying all of them, because I've met some of them that actually felt that what he did was actually wrong. Because of people now speaking out like, we've got nothing to do with this guy, that's just him. So, I guess we weren't wrong when we called ICE, were we? Because you're a thief. You steal. Running a counterfeiting business out of your apartment, showing containers filled, storage unit filled with stolen items. All those items are stolen. Jason Voorhees, the mask, printed 1,000 of them. We tracked the company down who bought those from you. They're going to be in trouble. They're going to lose their business. They're going to go to jail for that. That's receiving stolen goods. You know, 1,000 pieces of stolen items. So now they're going through his accounts to figure out exactly who bought what. We got you on recording saying a company bought 1,000 of these units. Meanwhile, this guy breathed in a ton of this poison. And you get on camera and say, I feel great every day. This kind of stuff is a slow process. Oh, it's there. It's definitely there. It's a slow process. He's probably feeling some of it. He's probably trying to keep it unnoticeable. One of the things you can't hide is the cough. You can't hide that. You can't hide the cough. back to some of my old videos where I got poison in that house, and I can hear myself coughing on camera. I was chalking it up to a cold, because I know it was. Maybe a cold or maybe allergies, but it wasn't. My body was sick. I was poisoned in the house. That's what you're about to go through. But that's the consequences of listening to the devil. That's the consequences of stealing. Trust you guys as far as I can go piano. And that's not far at all. You guys would know so many people. He's on camera, got a dirty come on, people are scammer. He's a fake priest. Boy, you can't get any more dirtier than that. A fake priest decided to go in and rip people off. Right there. Back to Pennsylvania. I can't wait to see you, Williams. I know you're going to say, oh, yes, you will. You are coming to Pennsylvania. That document I got, man, from my doctors, I see top doctors. No between. I see all top specialists. My lung disease is rare. So, can't get on a plane. You gotta come here and see me. And this is for criminal charges. This is not for lawsuits. It's for criminal charges. I want to make sure you don't come back home. I want to make sure you stay here. And that's what we're pushing for. That 50 years. We got all that mail to show the judge. Now, what do you think when the judge sees that much mail that you came up? Plus, the United States Postal Service will be involved in this too also. This is federal crime. What are the odds, you think, if you're going back home on that plane? You're not going home. You're going to stay here, I guarantee you. Not more scarier. You better figure out how to get airline tickets, too. So you have to be over here. If you're not, you're going to get a bench warrant, which means they'll come in and they'll arrest you. And they'll transfer you over here. Really? Oh, he's going to be arrested over there. We got a lot of this going on with him. So you get the federal home, they'll file charges. He'll be arrested there because he'll be prosecuted there. He has to be transferred here for charges. But then he got two other places. Use their addresses over in Philly. You have to contact them. We sent them out packages over to them to let them know who he is and where he's at and what's going on. So they're going to file. So you got to come to Philadelphia too. You're busy. But I guarantee you, he's going to be in a jumpsuit somewhere along the way. He's not going to be in regular clothes. They get him over there. He's definitely going to be going to court. They lock him up from there. He's going to be in a jumpsuit by the time he gets over here. So you may not have to worry about airline tickets. He's going to be transferred over here by the state. That's what will happen. They're going to charge him over there first. Chances are